what is actually healing?
When you address which some unseen things in a person or in yourself, and then you try to align that with your mind body soul practice. So this is how you come out of that turbulence in your life, and this is known as healing.
If somebody is going through a very breakdown phase of their life,
Correct.
तो मैं क्या आपके पास आके आपको बताऊंगी कि
Yeah.
listen ये हो रहा है and I don't know what to do.
बोलोगे नहीं तो पता नहीं चलेगा, और जब तक आपका फेथ डेवलप नहीं होता है हीलिंग नहीं होगा. सो बीइंग एन हीलर, फर्स्ट थिंग वी प्रैक्टिस इज stop being judgmental.
There are very few people who are usually in stress and they're silent. What do you have to tell them? कि अगर आप शांत रहोगे तो will this healing process gonna help you or no?
So when you know that you are going through a chaos in your life, okay, and when you need a peace, so just go through this process very silently and accept it. And then once you accept it, the path is very clear for it.
Having said that, when you go and meet somebody who's
Correct.
coming to you for healing,
Correct.
and by chance just you see some negative aspect in their life and it is very harmful, do you really go and tell them, ki, oh, this is the problem?
If you tell them directly, there are very high chances of they getting, like, into the negative phase, or they'll get scared of it.
Of course.
And then instead of taking help, they'll run away from you.
True.
Yeah. So you have to use a very sugar-coated word when you have to explain, which is not within the normal limits.
You were recently awarded with the RK Excellence Award by Union Minister Mr. Ramdas Athavale. What did that moment represent to you on a very soul level?
Yeah, see, it's very great to know that what work you're doing is valued. When we start, you really don't know, because energy work is like once you started, you just have to be continue with it. So whatever it brings to you, it's your luck.
I would like to tell you something. Healing isn't just a practice, it's a calling. And very few people answer it like Mrs. Sangeeta Rajesh Shetty. She is one of India's most respected holistic wellness expert with over 2 decades of experience in Reiki, hypnotherapy, numerology, tarot and more. This is your host Shefta Khan and you're watching 18 Hour Storymakers. Without further ado, let's welcome her on board today. Hello ma'am.
Thank you, Shifa. Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm very good. No problem.
Ma'am, before we start, please tell us what is actually healing?
Healing is a word where you say when you address which some unseen things in a person or in yourself, and then you try to align that with your mind body soul practice. So this is how you come out of that turbulence in your life, and this is known as healing. It's a very subtle energies which works for you.
हर लोगों के लिए उनकी जर्नी एक अलग हीलिंग होती है.
Correct.
So should they be like running after healing or should they give time to themselves and wait कि जब वो ठीक हो जाएंगे तब it's gonna work after all?
No, it's not like, it's at times you need to give some time to it, but giving time doesn't mean that you have to forget it. You have to keep working on yourself first, then the things will change. Because
Correct.
if you expect a change in any level of your life, you just can't sit and expect it. You have to change within, and then you can see the change around.
Oh wow, beautifully said.
So that is how it works. So just sitting and waiting for the time to come and then start healing, or rather how you will get healed, I think it's just a waste of time and postponing the healing rather.
Yeah.
So it's better to take action here and now, what you're going through.
Oh, I could already imagine what you were saying. Well, you should give time and healing will come on its own.
Correct.
Right?
But you have to work for that process.
Correct. Ma'am, you have over 2 decades of experience in this journey. But take us back to the moment where you realized, ki, oh, this is what I want to do in my life.
Correct. Actually, the energy and this healing and everything came to me when I realized, like, when I was going through a very disturbed patch of my life on my personal level. Then I realized that what the energy balance and imbalances within me, it needed a deep attention to it. Okay. And then I decided to work on me. Then this healing came into, and then it turned my life 360. Okay. So this is how the journey began. So that pain in my life is actually the beginning of a very beautiful journey of healing.
Might be a personal question this, but we would like to know what was that pain so that our audience who are watching can relate a bit.
Okay. It was long back in 1996 when I lost my husband.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. So that pain which, it triggered something in me. and I needed that attention for myself to balance myself for the rest of my life, which started this journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it was a beautiful journey, and it is
Exactly.
still going.
Exactly.
For people who are going through this very difficult period of time, what is
True.
that one statement that you say when you meet them first?
See, you have to first have faith in yourself.
Yeah.
Then you can have faith in universe
Yeah.
or God, whatever you say, the energies. And when you have that full faith in yourself, you work in a different way for yourself and for your future. Right? So when you want to take the help of energies and be into healing, and then you have to address yourself at what is that discomfort causing you so much of hurt or so much of pain in your life. So you should recognize that one point in your life, what is wrong with me. Once you decide and once you get to know what is the wrong in your life with yourself, because other people will not understand what it is exactly. It's only you who understand what you're going through. And once you know it, then you're ekdam ready for that to take the action for it, because that time you come to know the value of yourself first, and then whatever the modalities come in to help you for that particular time.
You just mentioned healing is a calling.
Yeah.
But how can someone recognize that, okay, this is a calling, and how do you recognize it in other people?
See, exactly, when people, like, you know, in their life going through a very rough side of their life, or they want to come out of the situation from what they're going through, which is not very healthy for them. Okay, so when that happens, they are on the certain level where they don't understand what to do. And when they come for healing, that is the exact place where I would always refer it to God sent energies, because God gives them a right path and support, like, you know, to seek help for this.
Yeah.
Right? And when they land up in the center with any healer, not only with me, but with any healer, then they come to know, oh no, this is the healing calling for them. Because healer will always guide you first to what you're going through. And then if you're okay with it, then we'll start, okay, now we'll start your journey from here. So it's like calling is a personal calling of
It is from within.
It is from within. It has to be in within.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it is everybody's destiny which you, like, you know, go through. But when it is within, then the results are wonderful. And even the person who is going through this will have a different way to say it.
Correct.
Yeah.
My personal question to you again, if somebody is going through a very breakdown phase of their life,
Correct.
It can be anything.
Yeah.
Should somebody go and seek help from other people, which means and comes to that point कि अगर मैं कोई बहुत बुरे फेस से आ रही हूँ and you are my friend, consider it. तो मैं क्या आपके पास आके आपको बताऊंगी?
Of course.
And should I? कि listen, ये हो रहा है and I don't know what to do. Is it a good thing to do?
Of course it is a good thing, because unless and until you don't speak out for yourself, how you'll get the answer for it? And if you know the person who you are going to is going to help you in a good way to come out of your situation.
हमें ऐसा लगता है कि सामने वाला हमें जज करेगा, so we restrict ourselves and, you know, make a boundaries कि no, हम खुद ही face करेंगे ये चीज़.
So what happens is, here I'll tell you one very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
As in healer practice, the first thing we have to drop is being judgmental.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you're not judging anyone, so the person who is coming to you is very free to express himself or herself with. From the scratch to the whatever the situation they're going through. And once they develop that faith and rapport with you, then it becomes, as your question was, कि कैसे करेंगे, कैसे बोलना चाहिए, because बोलोगे नहीं तो पता नहीं चलेगा, और जब तक आपका faith develop नहीं होता है, healing नहीं होगा. So being a healer, first thing we practice is stop being judgmental.
It is so required.
Accept the person the way or she is.
Yes, right.
So this is the baseline of any healing practice, any healing modality, and for every healer.
So you're simply saying that in this process of healing, nothing is wrong and nothing is right.
Exactly.
Except the person
the way he or she is, because he's seeking an help from you, and he has something with he has come to you, right? That one point or that one step which he has taken, and it's, as a healer, it's our duty to give a help hand and then bring him out or out of the situation.
Yeah.
Right? So for that we have chosen this path.
Yeah.
So this is how it is.
I think There's definitely an experience of over 2 decades that's coming from you while we are having a conversation about it.
Correct.
But behind every light, there's always a source.
Correct.
So what was your source, ma'am?
My source was, see, when I started on this journey, as I told you, what made me take this path,
Yeah.
the first thing came to me was Reiki. Okay. And then Reiki, when I learned Reiki, it felt so deeply connected with myself and my being. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then whatever modalities I learned, like, one came after the other, it was just an extension of the same part. To experience the human dimensions in different sources and
Right.
different areas.
Yeah.
So like it helped me, and the source was always a Reiki for me, and then it started from there.
For people who are watching, again, the viewers, they might not understand what exactly the Reiki is. So I want you to explain first what Reiki exactly is.
Yeah.
And secondly, who was your comfort zone who helped you go through this phase of life and take this as a career, or maybe just as a, compassion or wisdom?
Yeah, true. First of all, let me explain you what Reiki is.
Yes.
When we teach Reiki, we say it's an universal energy, okay, which we all have. Okay, right from the day of birth, right from the day one in a mother's womb, everybody has that power of energy. Okay.
Yeah.
Because in Reiki we say it's an hands-on healing. We touch people, or then there are levels. We say कि distance healing होता है. It's a different story of levels. But Reiki energy itself is an universal energy which is abundantly present in universe, and everybody can access it. But there is a process of attunement. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah. So when you have to learn the Reiki and you have to be a Reiki channel, there's a process of attunement which only masters can do it. Okay. So when you get attuned for Reiki, you become a Reiki channel. So there is a process which is like, not, I cannot discuss this openly, but then it's a process.
Okay.
And then you become a Reiki channel, and then you can access that universal energy through you. Using Reiki or doing Reiki healing is a practice where you are trained to take the universal energy through you, and then you can heal the person or yourself first, and then of course the person.
The other person.
The other person.
Okay. Who was that person who made you so grounded to all these phases of life?
Yeah.
Because this is something you cannot do it all alone. If you're
Exactly.
doing it, the other person might call you mentally unstable.
There are people, because everybody doesn't understand what it is.
And still, I am sure after over 2 decades of your experience and work,
Yeah.
They must be still calling you, oh, what is she doing? And
Exactly,
this is all nonsense, and this isn't, like, it is not present in the real life.
Correct.
जो आप कर रहे हो, it is all delusional.
Yeah.
Right?
Some people can say that unless and until they don't experience what it is.
Correct.
Right?
So true.
Yeah. So we are not here to blame them, because they don't know.
They have not
See,
experienced it
they have
yet.
not experienced. It's
Yeah.
an unawareness into them.
Yeah.
But we can't make everybody, like, very compulsory to learn it. We can't do that. It's a calling. It's like, if you're destined for it, God will exactly put you on the path.
True.
Okay.
True.
So you can't, like, force it to anyone. Yeah. What we can do is, and we can explain this is what is there, and it will help you. If you listen, it's fine. If you don't, it's your choice.
100%.
Yeah. Because God gives you a free will.
Yeah.
Every time.
100%.
Every time.
Yes,
He will bring you to the path, and then again he'll give you a free will.
I can already sense those time in my phase of life where
Correct.
God has actually signaled me ki, okay, this is what you have to do, and then he will just abandon you.
Correct.
Go and take your charge.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's a free will given by God to everyone.
Correct.
Okay. So what path you take, ultimately it's your decision. We can't force anyone.
Yes.
But of course, if the person is like willing, see, some people, like, they learn this all modalities just out of curiosity. Some people, they take it very seriously and they grow.
Correct.
Okay. So this is how energy works for them.
Yeah. Coming back to my previous question, who were those people who were there with you in this process of healing?
See, there are so many people. First of my family. Okay. And then my siblings, my daughters, my friend, my extended family, my soul family.
Yeah.
Now my students, I can, like, say. So there are people who helped me during all this process. They have belief in me, and their unconditional support and unconditional love. Initially, it was a time when they were also not knowing what I'm doing exactly. But over a period of time, when they saw me growing with that, and, like, with the results what people are sharing,
Correct.
then it's been very easy for them to understand. But all this time, my parents, my family, as I said,
Everybody
was with me. So, and they're still with me. I'm very proud of it. So I'm always blessed accordingly.
Beautiful. Ma'am, many explore healing, but few surrender it like you did. So, did you ever resist it to the path that you were following?
No, there's no resistance
No.
actually. No.
Once you step into this
Yeah,
world,
then
there's
it's a
never
continuous journey. There's
never
no,
coming back.
There's no resistance. Why
Oh.
we should? I mean,
Well,
it's a
there
beautiful
are very
journey.
few people who think healing is okay. But if you're going through some circumstances in your life, you should just simply avoid it and अपना दिमाग किसी और काम में लगाना शुरू कर देते हैं वो सारे लोग. And then what happens कि वो आगे चल के किसी phase of life में वो चीज़ उनको वापस trigger करती है and
Correct.
again they go through that same phase of life they were
Correct.
suffering.
Very true.
Is it the right thing to do?
No, not at all.
Oh my God.
Because what happens when you avoid anything in your life or which is like showing again and again into your life, it's better to face it rather than avoiding it. Because unless and until you don't learn your lesson from it, it will keep showing again and again in a different way to you.
But it hurts.
At times, but once you are ready to face it, it will clear all your hurt and all your grief and all everything. Only that moment which you have to decide that let me face it, whatever comes to me, then the story ends there.
So now you just said, okay, the step one is to face it.
Yes.
Now for people who are actually willing to know कि ठीक है, face तो करना है, but
बिल्कुल.
please tell them how to do it.
So take a supportive energy. First of all, get into awareness of what they are going through. Because once you know what you're going through, then it becomes very easy for you to take help from people. Until you don't know what is happening and what is hurting you, it's very difficult for anyone to ask for help. Right? So once you do that and once you realize and recognize what is wrong with you, it's very easy for you to go and find some healer or any person who you are comfortable with and then take the healing journey or any healing modality practices from them. So it's very beautiful once you open up to yourself.
There's a very personal incident. I know a person जिनके parents नहीं हैं, ना father है, ना mother है, siblings are small, they are young. Now they are going through this phase of life जो आप हम नहीं समझ सकते.
बिल्कुल.
But they are again going through this phase of healing. उनके पास तो कोई भी नहीं है, उनके पास ना माँ है ना पापा हैं, दोस्त भी ऐसे हैं कि अगर उनसे शेयर करने जाएंगे तो वो हमें कहेंगे अच्छा, you know the life of Delhi NCR, so they'll be like, oh, avoid it. What they should do?
They should actually understand why they are going through this phase. देखो कभी माँ नहीं है, पिताजी नहीं है, तो there are some karmic baggages which you come with, and you need to work on it. And once you know that this is the journey which I'm going through, suppose now the story which you said, the children, they don't have parents and there are siblings and they are going through a very bad phase of their life, right?
Yeah.
But then once they know what is coming and from where it is coming, okay? So there are so many things which brings you to this story. One is your karmic baggage, one is your ancestral problems, and then what patterns is there working for you.
Yeah.
So there are different angles to it.
Right.
So once you want to take help of it, then definitely you have to see a healer and then you can find a smooth way to it.
Oh, wonderfully said. I'm sure people who are facing it, first of all, they should actually know the problem, what they are going through, why they are going through, and then only
they can work on it.
Correct. Over the decades of learning, what was that silent learning that you have come across? We all want to know that.
Oh, silent learning is like,
No book or a teacher can go and teach you that.
Okay. Healing energy comes to you in a very subtle way. You have to be very open-minded for it. You have to be in a receiving phase. And then surrounding, gratitude, what helps to be the path you are in. And which the more you are in gratitude, the more things will come to you where you have to be in gratitude. God will bless you in more ways. Okay, so this is how you have to be consistent on your path. Then you will get the downloads, you will get the whispers of the universe, and then you can work on it in a way.
Well said.
So that is what the practice is. Actually, the persistence practice and the continuation of your healing is very, very important. So that's how it works.
You just mentioned about healing and people, how they can, come out of this phase of life which nobody wants to go through, frankly speaking.
Correct.
But ma'am, over the period of your journey, please share us some experiences of people who were going through a lot in their life and then healing उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से ठीक किया and now they are doing well and good.
See, there are so many people because I've been doing this from so many years, as you said,
2
2 decades, right?
Yeah.
So there are so many stories to it where I can always share, but then sharing is what, like, they come to us with a problem, and then when you do a healing, like, there are different modalities we need to select. They want guidance to tarot, or they need Reiki healing, or they need theta healing. There's so many modalities. Again, I'm practicing. So once you heal, once you know the core question of them, and once you heal them, obviously it changes. And there are many people who I can, like, share, but then it's okay. I mean, it's a healing journey, so everybody gets a result.
Everybody has its own journey.
Yeah, own
and
story.
You don't want to open
own
up
story. Yeah,
own
correct.
story. And
Yeah.
for people who are watching again, they will have
Correct.
their own journey and story
Correct.
to come across.
To come across, yeah.
Well said. You have studied and mastered multiple modalities like tarot, Reiki, Vastu, numerology, chakra reading, and hypnotherapy. How do they react with each other in your healing practice?
Actually, all energies, all modalities give you the same energy conditions, and they lead you to the same path, okay?
And how they are different to each other?
They are different to each other because every master has a different, way of teaching. There are different names, but everybody is working on the mind, body, soul alignment. So
True. I mean, yeah, agree.
Yeah, mind, body, soul alignment is the main structure of any healing modality. So there are different ways to approach it. So once you learn that, then you can name them. This is this modality. But again, at the end of the baseline is same. The alignment.
They're all same.
Same in the sense energy wise.
Okay.
Okay, but different ways to reach the same temple. It's like. So mind, body, soul alignment is the base structure of any modality.
Okay. Well, you hold a philosophical doctorate in your subject.
Yeah.
In your view, how does spiritual wisdom coexist with academic recognition and scientific understanding?
See, actually, they are all same. Spiritual healing, it will bring you the entire picture in a different way. Academic will give you a structure view of it. And what was that thing other?
Then it was spiritual wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is how it is all collaborated in each other.
They all
so
have connection.
when they are same, and when they are together, the results are wonderful.
What are these results we are talking about in this phase of life?
Results, and see, when
everybody has got different results.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
See, when you say a person comes to you for healing, right? So everybody will come with a different questions.
And different problems.
And different problems.
Yeah.
So when you say when the person gets rid of its problem through healing modality, whatever we do, like, for Reiki or tarot is a guidance, right? Or numerology, changing the spelling in the name, that also helps in energy wise, right?
It does.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Of course it does. So when they see a result of it, like, suppose if somebody is coming with a problem that they are not doing good in their academics, or they're not doing good in their business. So we gave in healing, right? And after a period of, say, 3 months minimum, you can see the changes. So once that phase is changed, the healing is achieved.
Oh, so you targeted that specific problem, you work on it, and then the healing works.
Correct.
Well, very few people, not very few, I think majority of these people nowadays, they are working in a co-working space.
Yeah.
And they are not getting any good results. These people think, the business owners, they think, oh, this house is not working.
True.
This space is not working for me.
Correct.
That's why I'm not getting good results.
Correct.
Is it true? And if
Of course
it is,
it's true. Of course it's
what
true.
they should do? What should be their first step?
See, when you're talking about the co-working space, it belongs to many different people,
Yeah,
right?
and so many
so many
energies
at one time under one roof.
That's what I'm saying, right.
So there are people, out of 10 people, there are 2 people who will gel together and then they'll grow.
100%.
Yeah. And there are again 3-4 people who are on the lower side of the energy,
Who stay
or they vibrate
abandoned.
on the lower frequencies, they'll stay back.
Correct.
Right? And all this mixture of energy will affect the Vastu of that place.
Yeah.
So having our own office.
We don't want to laugh at the situation, but it's okay. Yes.
Yeah, because what happens is having your own space to work, and then the co-working space, which is fashion now. Not fashion, it's a need of an hour. It's a need of an hour.
Right.
So that's how it works. So where as far as that Vastu is coming, so there are so many corrections we can do, taking help of directions and the personal energy of the person, and there is a different story to it.
Yeah.
But
Like east facing is considered to be
there are
spiritual.
different things. Not only east, but for some people it can be west also.
Acha. Oh.
For some people, but in general, you can say east, north is good.
Ah. Got it.
Yeah, even south is good for some business. It's not bad altogether.
Depends from person
Depends
to
on
person.
what you're doing.
Ma'am, you meet so many people on daily basis. The energy is exchanged, of course. How do you, protect your spiritual energy in that case?
Yeah, Actually, there are certain rituals to be followed every day, right? To protect your energies. So it starts with your cleansing, cleansing energy of your own, and then we do meditations, and then grounding of energies. So working with so many people, like, you know, after every session, what I do is we can energetically set a boundaries around ourselves to protect
really?
our energies. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I do after every session, because we don't want to get into the energies of other person,
100%,
right? When you're working with it.
right.
So it will not affect you in a bad way or in a negative way, because energy has its own law. It's always fly from high to low, right? But then you have to protect yourself and you have to work on your energies first, and then only you can heal people. Because you have to be strong energetically, then only you can work on it, right?
Right, right.
So that's how there are set of rituals to protect our own energies, and which I have to practice every day without fail.
All right. You also mentioned in a previous segment that you try to do rituals on daily basis, right? You try to cleanse your energy, do that aura cleansing and meditate and XYZ. But as a human, we have some days good and some days bad. Some days we are at our, you know, fullest and we are full of energy, but at some days we are at our lowest and we don't want to do anything.
Correct.
We are just, you know, laying around. We don't want to do anything.
Correct.
On those days, how do you try to keep up with your energy and again do those rituals on daily basis?
See, what happens is working on your own, like, you know, for the energy protection and all, it's like how you eat twice a day, right?
It has become a routine for you.
It becomes a routine, and then it is a must, I should say, for every healer.
Yeah.
So we, anyways, if you're on the lower side of your biological curve or anything like that, you have to practice it, and that's how you can work for the next day.
Okay.
Because you need to energize yourself, right?
And this sounds very important to me. So, like you said and like you mentioned, if not done, then?
If not done, then you can't work on energy level for the other person, right? Because when you are yourself on the lower side of the energy,
You cannot
work on the with the other person, right? And if the other person is coming to you for an help of energy, and if you're not in that state, it's I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's useless.
Yeah. All right. You not only heal people, but you also train them. So what is that one quality you observe in students that tells you that, oh, they are meant to be a healer now?
See, what happens is healing is a very big responsibility. So when you want to say that you are a healer, it comes with so many responsibilities to you, because the person who comes to you for healing has a blind faith in you.
True.
Right? So you cannot play with the emotions of the people. So being a healer, as I mentioned earlier also, you have to be non-judgmental first, then be honest with your work of energy healing. And then when a person comes to you for a learning, right, you know, they want to learn few modalities and then they'll practice and all. So first there is an intention of learning it with a very deep intent of, like, you know, being a healing or choosing this path as a healer. There are few people who learn out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like a new hobby, they would want to continue.
Correct, you know. But you cannot deny to anyone. You have to teach. You can see anybody and everybody can learn other modalities also, whatever they decide, right? But there are very few who will follow the rituals, who will very deeply think about it, and then they walk on the path, and then they continue this journey as a journey. This healing journey, right? But there are few who will learn it, who will practice it for, say, 21 days ka bola hai to karna hai, and then there are a lot of excuses for not practicing things. So these people are not meant for healing. Okay, healing will come to them. I mean, the energy will come to them. But to be on that same path, you have to surrender yourself. You have to be on a very grounded person in your own, and then only you can follow this journey. Otherwise,
basically, it has to be like a continuous process.
Continuous
process.
It's
not a work that you're supposed to do for some period of time.
It's not 9 to 5 job.
It's not 9 to 5 job.
Correct. So it's always a learning. So even today, if you ask me, I'm still a learner. I'm still a student. Because I learn from every client.
Oh, wow. Wow. Of course.
So it's a different thing to, like, you know, what one client will tell you and the other will come and tell you. So you learn from clients, and then we can use your brain what modality to use for this.
True. Having said that, when you go and meet somebody who's coming to you for healing,
and
by chance just you see some negative aspect in their life and it is very harmful for them or maybe the house or whatever in general. And if it is very harmful for them, do you really go and tell them, oh, this is the problem, or you just take it, keep it to yourself?
No. It's very, very important to make them realize what they're going through. If it's in harmful energy, we need to explain them, but with a sugar-coated words.
Yeah, so that
not directly. Yeah. If you tell them directly, there are very high chances of they getting like into the negative phase, or they'll get scared
Definitely.
of it,
Of course.
and then instead of taking help, they'll run away from you.
True, true, true,
Yeah.
true.
So you have to use a very sugar-coated word when you have to explain, which is not within a normal limits. So that is a
Or
trick
simply
actually.
you just take a positive aspect of that situation
Yeah,
and tell
and then
them.
explain them so that they know what is wrong, and then without getting scared of it, what they're
Yeah.
going through, they're ready to take the help.
Oh, beautiful. Well, you were recently awarded with the RK Excellence Award by Union Minister Mr. Ramdas Athavalechi. What did that moment represent to you on a very soul level?
Yeah, see, it's very great to know that what work you're doing is valued, is seen
It's
by
being
people.
valued
It's
and
being
seen
valued
by
and seen
people.
by people. Like,
Yeah.
it's the happiest moment,
Yeah.
which we all it's good to experience that moment in
When you
life.
started this journey, did you ever thought कि
No,
एक
not
दिन
at all.
जाके मुझे award मिलेगा
Not
for
at
this?
all. Not at all. When
No?
we start, you really don't know, because energy work is like once you started, you just have to be continue with it. So whatever it brings to you, it's your luck.
Yeah. Well said. There are very few people who are usually in stress and they're silent. What do you have to tell them? कि अगर आप शांत रहोगे तो will this healing process gonna help you or no?
शांत रहने से हीलिंग हेल्प नहीं करेगा, ऐसे नहीं होता
They
है.
say peace amongst chaos.
Yeah, what happens is कि peace is always there, but you need to recognize it.
Like how we mentioned in the
we are
first segment.
right?
Yeah.
So when you know that what you're going through a chaos, but you need to understand that there is there is always a light the other side, you know? And so what you have to do is you have to work on yourself first, as I said first also.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you know that you are going through a chaos in your life, okay, and when you need a peace, okay, so just go through this process very silently and accept it, and then once you accept it, the path is very clear for it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, we have come to the last laps of our today's podcast, and a beautiful podcast, I would rather say, which all of us wanted to be a part of it. My last question to you would be, you were attuned over 1,945 Reiki students. What would you want your students to never forget as they begin their journey? Because not as a healer, you're also an educator, and you're teaching them.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to divert their dimensions and go to a wrong path if they are on this healing journey.
Correct. See, being as I said, being healer is a very huge responsibility.
Yeah.
So first of all, when we take our workshops and all, we always tell them, see, from today you yourself is calling healer. So keep in mind that first be grounded,
Yeah.
be in gratitude, and practice forgiveness.
Is there any specific age to become a healer?
No, nothing at all. But we always attune people after 10. Because after 10 years of age.
10 years.
Yeah.
They can become a healer?
Yeah, they can become healer. But not before 10.
Of course.
Yeah. After 10, anybody, there's no limit to it. At any age, you can learn modalities and practice.
Yeah. Wow, beautifully said, ma'am. Jate jate, do you have any last statements to tell to our viewers? Ki what is healing exactly and how you should come out? Well, we have a long conversation, had a long conversation, but still, jate jate, kuch last glory of words you wanna say?
कुछ नहीं, बस यही है कि you have to faith in yourself first. Universe is always there to support you when you surrender.
When you surrender.
Surrender, yeah.
When this was the word,
when you surrender.
Right.
So don't get panic. Always seek helps,
Yeah.
and you will find a light after that. So there's nothing to worry.
I have read it somewhere कि जब आपका कुछ भी नहीं काम चले ना, like just nothing is working for you, so you have to tell God कि listen, अब मैं अपनी सारी परेशानी आपके ऊपर दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरा हो गया and now you see it yourself.
True.
So like you said,
Yeah,
you have to
yourself.
surrender it
Surrender
and then
yourself.
wait.
And then wait. Yeah.
Correct.
God will always help you. Universe will always help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
Guys,
thank you.
this was your host Shefta Khan, and you were watching Storymakers. Stay tuned for more such amazing podcasts that will actually heal your life in general. And yeah, I'll see you until next time. Bye.